Dave, how thick was the ice when you were a kid?
We wouldn't go out there and race unless it was over 2 feet.
2 feet is
No
ice.
kidding. You don't get that anymore.
In my little sub, I was one of the lighter vehicles. We had guys in big Ford trucks and
Wow.
Jeeps and
Yeah, so you needed to have it that thick.
How's it going? It's a loaded question, huh?
So many things.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But getting through.
probably did afterwards, though. Can't get the mail today.
No. You know, some cars driving around.
Yeah. Somebody saw it, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. I didn't see it.
Dave, did you make your cane?
What's that?
Did you make your cane?
No, not this one.
No,
The gray ones with the big brass tops on them
you
and
did?
the spiral, I made them on the lathe.
Really?
But the big brass top is uncomfortable in these temperatures.
Oh,
You
yeah.
leave it in the car and you grab onto it, you go, ugh.
No, it didn't. Yeah. No, it's cool. It's different. Trying to get us hooked up, please.
And it says live on YouTube, but I'm not seeing it on here. It says host live on YouTube. Oh, I didn't turn the speakers on yet. I apologize.
That's all right.
There we go. I did fix the speakers today, so we have speakers.
Yes, you did.
So, yep, those are working. We're good with that.
We have contact. Shall we?
You ready to start?
Just 1 second.
Yep.
Sorry, I have my recorder up. Too busy with the computer. Okay, you may go.
Okay, hello, everybody. We're going to call this regular meeting of the Griswold Board of Selectmen to order at 6:02 PM. Roll call, Martin McKinney, Selectman to my right, Rich Grabowski, Selectman to my left, and Lisa Wood, Executive Assistant to Rich's left. Number 2, Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, moving on to number 3, approval of meeting minutes. January 11th, 2024, special meeting minutes.
We'll make a motion to approve the January 11th, 2024 special meeting minutes as presented.
I second that motion.
Okay, we have a first, we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. B, approval of January 11th, 2024 special meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the January 11th, 2024, 5 PM special meeting minutes as presented.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
3C, approval of January 18th, 2024 special meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the January 18th, 2024 special meeting minutes as presented.
I second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Moving on to number 4, correspondence. The annual report from the Ethics Commission, 2023 annual report. Any discussion?
We just normally accept that into the minutes, or what are we doing? Do you want to?
Just noted as received for the record.
Okay, so we don't have to go back down.
No.
No, but just a requirement that they have to file it with us every year.
I guess we'll make notice that we received the ethics commission report for 2023.
Okay, we have notice. 5, old business. Discussion and possible action on update regarding potential sale of property located at 48 Lake Road.
I think we need to put that aside for next month's meeting.
We do. There were some, there were a couple of new notations for this. And yes, it will have to be tabled, but in order for you to understand, Todd, do you want to, because you made some changes that you presented to us today, but I think if you could explain to the board.
You should have a map of a highlighted piece of property. On the east street side, or the end of the road, it's gonna be on the left-hand side. So. This parcel right here that's highlighted.
Yep.
There's 4 parcels that are noted as town property, these 2, and 2 over here. This parcel, we currently drain water from the right side of the road to the left side of the road. And we're gonna be installing some drainage further up by Chanette and bringing it down to drain on that property. So we wanna retain those 2 parcels for the drainage of the road improvements that we have to do. We also have the street card and deed.
So are we back to one piece of property again, rather than multiple?
Yes, I think so. Right.
The right to 48?
Just the one. Just the one.
Yeah, these 2 are these 2 parcels. There's no here 48 and 52.
And the town wants to keep these now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know there's some discrepancies with lot numbers, lot sizes, street guards.
Yep.
As part of the drainage plan, Boundaries LLC put this plan together for us, so that should be accurate information. Just so there's no discrepancy and it's very clear what we're looking to retain.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
if you have any other questions on it.
So the only lot that we're even considering letting go, if it gets approved by zoning, would be lot 48 Lake Road, correct?
This one, 48,
48.
and this one are both owned by the town.
Okay,
See, it says town right here.
Yep.
And that's the one. that
that's
goes
32 and 48, right? Or 52.
52 and 48. So those are the 2 that Public Works got no interest in.
Okay,
Does that help?
There was a motion to table it.
yes.
I'll second it.
Okay, so we have a motion to table 5A,
5B.
5B, excuse,
Was it 5A?
No, no, 5A.
Oh, 5A. I'm sorry.
until next meeting. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you, Todd. Okay, 5B, discussion and possible action on semi-quincentennial committee. Very preliminary on this, but we're asking groups in town, we need to start planning this for the event. So I'm looking toward, perhaps like the Historical Society, school groups, any other clubs that you can think of. Please send information my way so that we can begin formulating a program for this event.
Maybe we can put something on the website saying that if any individuals in town want to participate, as on this committee, submit something to the selectman's office.
I agree. That's a good idea.
When is this, 2025?
Yes, actually.
2026.
6.
26.
So we'll probably start in 25 and go into 26.
So,
So, yep. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, we'll move on to number 6, new business. Discussion and possible action on 4 tax refunds for a total of $1,124.21 as presented by Leona Sharkey, tax collector.
I'll make a motion to approve the 4 tax refunds for a total of $1,124.21 as presented by the tax collector.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion. We have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 6B, discussion and possible action on request to waive building permit fees associated with the replacement of the boiler at the Griswold Volunteer Fire Department building. Tom?
We have 2 boilers in the firehouse. Over the winter, last month, we came in and found no heat in the building. We had a water issue going into the boilers. We had repaired that. About a week later, there was rust and water all over the floor. So we lost the boiler in the firehouse. Luckily, we have 2. I've been in contact with the plumber. The plumber wants to come in and start the project. I just got a message from him today. He's looking at starting somewhere around the beginning of February to replace the boiler that's there. So what we're looking for is, as in the past, when we've done repairs to town-owned buildings, that we would go out and waive the building fees.
Okay.
I don't think statutorily we're really supposed to be charging for town-owned buildings, fees. There's only supposed to be a certain small percentage that goes to the state funding, which is very, very small, on the building fee. So I have no problem making a motion that if there is any fees, we waive the fees for the building to be doing in the building.
I'll second it.
Okay, so we have a motion to waive the fees, the building permit fees for the Griswold Fire Department replacement of the boiler. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. 6C, discussion and possible action on appointment of Ella Skorupski. Skorupski as an alternate member of the Public Health and Safety Committee for a 1-year term of 1/23/24 through 1/22/25.
I'll make a motion then to appoint Ella Skorupski as an alternate member of the Public Health and Safety Committee for the 1-year term of 1/23/24 through 1/22/2025.
I second that motion.
We have a motion, we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
6D, discussion and possible action on request by Borough for distribution of NIP funds. And we have Tim Sharkey and Lori Sauter here.
Do we have a
Forward.
number? Do we receive money? Is that the idea? We received it? Do you know how much we received? Does anybody know?
I don't think Eric gave us that amount. Yeah. Do you know what that amount is?
I don't know what the exact amount is. However, there are 4 package stores in the combination community. There are 3 in Griswold. There's 1 in Jewett City. You may know that there's a little history on this, that we had asked for NIP reimbursement back with the previous administration, and it turned ugly. We, this is kind of starting anew here. We looked at the criteria for usage, and the criteria is for environmental cleanup. So that's what you need to use it for. Tim and I, when we reviewed it, you guys got the letter that we were requesting 1/4 of the money. We've kind of amended our request because the way that we keep our streets clean is through a very dedicated volunteer who we probably have all seen out on the streets, you know, sweeping and weeding and doing all that stuff. The borough supplies that volunteer with equipment, bags, sometimes boots, you know, if he needs them, those kinds of things. So we kind of amended our request to ask for $1,000 every 6 months. That's when the disbursements come from the state. So for a total of $2,000, so that we can use that money to pay off the tab that we have at Anthony's for his supplies and whatever else he may need doing his volunteer job. I think we can probably all agree that he's worth well more than that. And so that's our request.
Okay, so you're amending it to $1,000 every 6 months.
Correct.
Okay,
Do we know what we get, like, and then let me ask you a question, we do it like this form, right? So do you physically get
We don't get-
25%?
We don't get anything.
The town gets
It
it
all,
all.
it all goes to the town. And so we had asked the previous administration for 1/4 of it, and that was denied. I will say this, in all, you know, disclosure, full disclosure, that we were told that the town wanted to use that money for a street sweeper. That would have to be a collective, you know, save up, save up,
Right.
save up. Todd, you may, Mayor, I'm
yes,
sorry,
yes.
you may know an approximate amount of NIP money that came in.
At one point, I think it was around, I want to say 32 or 35,000.
32.
Per what, year?
Last year was 32.
Yeah.
So it's $32,000.
And that's gonna go up because.
No, it's not for NIPS.
No.
That's only for the bigger.
Oh, I didn't
It's
know.
not on NIPS. I checked that out. But, so out of that $32,000, you know, we're asking for two to, pay off the tab, you know, for the
2 per
moment.
quarter, is that what you want, 2,000 per quarter, 2,000?
No, we want $2,000 a year. We'd
Okay.
like $1,000 every 6 months.
Okay.
We're thinking $150 a month, you know, roughly will pay for his equipment, you know, a lot of times he'll go in with broken brooms and, you know, that kind of stuff.
Right, this past month, it cost us a little over $100. Somebody stole his scooper twice in a month.
You gotta give it back to him, Tim?
I did see you shoot stuff off.
How's it going, Rich?
I'd like to make a motion, that, we give the borough, the $2,000 yearly to reimburse the person that does their street sweeping and wherever else they see fit, along with, the money spent, is out, the money spent in the way that's outlined by the state of Connecticut to do it.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to allow the borough to receive $2,000 a year from NIP monies received by the town of Griswold. Any other discussion? Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion passes.
May I ask a question though? Is it possible to have that money allocated when the disbursements come in? If they come in every 6 months, is it
Yeah.
possible to get that $1,000 so that we can,
Yes,
thank you.
Absolutely.
yes. Okay, all
Thank
set?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay, 6E, discussion and possible action on process of moving forward with the sewer project on Route 164. I can tell you that working with Eric and the engineers, all of the paperwork that USDA is requesting to review along with the bid process and the bids, all of that has been sent into USDA. It is now under review, and once we get that back with their approval, we'll be able to go ahead and send the award letter out. So that's where we're at right now. Any questions?
So it's up to USDA right now.
It's right in USDA's hands, yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right, move on to number 7. Any other business that may properly come before the board?
I don't have any.
Martin, do you have anything?
No.
No? Okay, moving on to number 8, public forum.
Anya, this is more like a request for information, if anybody has it. The thing on the 5B discussion about the election, I think that's the 250th anniversary of the town. Wasn't the town incorporated in 1815?
It's national.
Signing of the Declaration of Independence.
Oh, okay, so.
We weren't around back in those days.
So this is not town stuff, this is.
It's
You should have been clearer on the agenda.
Yeah,
I take back that comment.
No, that's
I just
fine, that's fine.
misunderstood what that was.
Yep.
Okay, so it's gonna be for the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah. And the governor has put out notice that he would like as much participation statewide as possible.
Okay,
So-
okay, yeah, it wasn't informed. The other thing, we waive a lot of the fees for building fees. And I know, because I'm on the ordinance committee, we're looking over some of the fees for the town building department. But isn't the Grizzle Fire Department independent of the town? It's not the town. So, I mean, you can still waive the fees, the ordinance allows, but it's not a government entity. I'm just throwing it out. I mean, you don't have to respond, but the only thing I'm concerned of is about taxpayers. As long as someone's checking that the bids don't incorporate a building fee in there, and then they get it waived and it's built into the bid contract that was awarded, it doesn't come back to the, you know what I mean? That's kind of, I'm not saying about this case, but we've waived some fees in the past, you know? And I hope that building, most of the time, the contractors put the fees into the bid that they have to pay. If it gets backed out, I hope that there's a fallback type thing. As a taxpayer, that's my.
Watch that.
I'm, first off, the town pays the bills for the fire department. So we are funded by the town of Griswold. As far as the building fees themselves being waived by the contractor, I'm working with the contractor right now.
He can't waive.
And
It's not up to him to waive it.
no, it's not up to him, but I asked him if, whatever the building fees were, I told him I was going to meet with the board. And when he puts the proposal together, we're using a local businessman who's here in town. He's well known. We're using, Ryan Snipe as our plumber. And he's gonna work with us to go out there and get the best prices we possibly can get.
My comment wasn't, to pass this, I'm just saying, as a general procedure, we do this.
Okay.
But it's up to us as the owner of the building that's gonna be looking over the contract, whether or not he is going to be putting the fees of the building in there. And I know Ryan's gonna work with us and he won't be doing that.
No point. I was in a public forum,
Okay,
it's more probably a legalistic thing, so I'm not trying to be naive.
all right. Any other public forum? Dave?
Debut 59 Lee Avenue. I understand that you were able to get our brownfield funds reinstated for the old Petrillo property on 165, 138.
I have not been informed of that.
Oh, I thought it came out at it was in the Norwich Bulletin, that's where it came from.
Okay,
There's your sign.
Precious line. I can check with Mario on that, but nothing's been reported back
I just
to our
wondered if we
office.
were we planning on going forward on that soon, or
I can find out for you.
there's no rush if we don't have the funds?
All right, Dave, we'll find out for you.
Thank you.
Any other public forum? Yes,
Wayne Manlin, 11 Pequot Trail. Just a question about where does the sewer line actually end?
Right by the gas station. Across the street from the gas station. Right, Todd? Am I right? Yeah.
right by Williams.
Williams Street, yeah.
Oh, in theory, that's where it starts, and Heritage. In theory, that's where it starts.
That's where it currently ends right now.
Right, that's where it currently is, but that's where no one
But it
starts.
will end at Heritage
Head
River.
start.
And so.
So it's across the highway already?
Yes,
Okay, because I heard that. I was confused.
It's under the highway and on the other side, yeah.
yeah.
We
It
did
was
that.
bought over for Petromax and the other development,
The sewer.
the sewer ones.
Ed Burdick, to follow up on the gentleman's previous question, so how far is it gonna run from the extension? How many feet from the point that where it terminates now? Do you have a footage or how far it's gonna go down?
I
I
don't have,
don't
the-
know the
We
number.
could find out.
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
have a meeting with the engineers scheduled for next week. So as we get farther along in this, a lot of this information will
Thank you.
Any other public forum? If not, I'll entertain. a
Motion to adjourn.
I have a motion to adjourn, a second. Meeting is adjourned at 6:24. Thank you.
Don't we meet with the engineers tomorrow?
Heritage River tomorrow.
Yeah, Heritage Road, okay.